basically all a human being is in a sleep state.
Hi guys, welcome back to Edu-Malanga, where we make maths tutorial videos for the South African Matric syllabus. Today I'll be continuing on with finance, growth and decay, which is a lot of revision from the grade 11 syllabus. So in the video that I did before, I revised the formulas for growth, finance, decay, which we will be using in my example today. So I'm just gonna, as I go about doing it, remind you of what we discussed before. Okay, so this is the example that we are doing today. Example 1. I really like this topic because it's so real life. Money is what we're paying every day. Determine the rate of depreciation. So depreciation, guys and ladies are the best. Okay, it's the same as decay. So I start off with a car that costs 100,000 because I bought a Golf 1. Okay, that's even, yeah, never mind. The point is, I start off with a car that costs 100,000, and then the price of the car, or the cost of the car that I can get if I were to sell it to my friend 2 years later, is no longer 100,000. It's now 60,000 because I've been using the car, right? Okay, so that's what depreciation is. It forms part of the decay and not the growth, which would be like an investment or money you put in the bank and you're hoping that it would grow with interest. So this is the opposite of that. It's just decay, depreciation. The question says to 1 decimal point. Okay, we're working in money, so instead of being like 26 cents, you will just be like 30 cents or 20 cents. Okay, that's kind of what we're doing here for an item. Yes, to become a quarter. Okay, a quarter. I literally feel like so often the syllabus is so unfair to non-first language speakers, but a quarter is 1/4 of the price. Okay, so you're gonna see the word quarter a lot in this topic of finance, because sometimes institutions that are financial will love to give you even interest on a quarterly basis. That will mean that you're going to be charged interest, or the interest will be compounded 4 times a year, right? So quarter is 4. Okay, quarter of what? Of its original price. Okay, so I get a car. I saw that polo of mine. I'm going to get a quarter of the price I bought it at when I sold it to my friend. 9 years. Therefore, okay, what is the rate of depreciation, which is I, guys? Okay, if I look at the straight line depreciation method, and then if I look at the diminishing balance, the reducing balance, the compound, okay, method. All right. So if we remember carefully, I'm just going to remind you that if it's interest that is growing, it's normally a plus, and then if it's depreciating, we normally get a minus. Okay, so A is the value that you get in the future. A is the last amount, the amount not when it started off. P is the amount you start off with. So P is the original price. A, in our case, not in all cases, our case is the quarter value. It's the amount you end up with. 1 minus, because it's depreciation, and then we say N here if it's simple, and then we're going to put N here for compound interest. So in our case, they've told us that it's a 9-year period, but remember they said the value becomes a quarter. So A will become a quarter of what? Of the original price. So we can now solve it in terms of P. Okay, 1 is 1. I come here, I write a quarter P. Here I write P. Luckily it can cancel. 1 minus I 9. 9 being our period, okay? Then I take the p's and I cancel them, and then I've got a quarter. This is a calculator module, guys. If you guys are really struggling with calculators and stuff, please involve your teachers, involve your school, and if all else fails, please even write on the comments below, engage us, let's see what we can all do, because there's literally no way you can do this and even trigonometry without a good scientific calculator, especially the ones that have like fractions. Those are really great because you can now put in like a quarter. You can put in when interest is divided by a specific it's 12. If it's 12 months a year, you're gonna need to use your calculator quite a bit, and I think that's a big thing in this specific module. Just get a good calculator. I know that like it's also like calculators get lost and stuff. Please engage, even us, even other people that can help you, because without a calculator, this is flames. This needs a calculator. Yeah. Okay. Amen. Yeah. That's it. That's what I wanted to say. Okay. So what we get is 0.25. You can put that in your calculator. You're gonna get 0.25. 1 over 4. 1 minus I times n, because I can now move the brackets, right? So we're gonna essentially get this can move to this side and that can move to that side, and you get I9 or that's, or you can plug into your calculator that 0.25 minus 1 divided by -9, right? So essentially it's calculator work. How I solve it is I'll say 0.75, which means I make the 1 come this side, and then I get -9i. I take this, I divide it there, I becomes 0.0833. Okay? To get a percentage, we times it by 100, and then we're going to get 8.33%. The question said to 1 decimal place. So if we look at this number is less than 5. So what we do is we just round it down. Okay, now I'm going to do the diminishing balance or the reducing balance method. It's almost like saying the car was devalued to a specific amount. Remember my Polo example. Now my Polo, after 2 years of driving, now it's worth 80,000. So if we look at that and then we say, okay, cool, now I drive it again. But now the depreciation or the amount it reduces is not calculated on the original 100,000. It's now calculated based on the 80,000 with the same I. Okay, so that's why compound will have the n as a power of instead of a multiple, because it's been done on something else. It's multiplied on its interest on interest instead of just interest on the original price. Okay. Remember, we're looking at depreciation, so it's a minus. We're looking at decay, we're looking at lower value. If the question says that, you know it's a minus. Remember, we already determined that this is a quarter of P. We said this is P, 1 minus I, and we said this is 9. P and P, we already know we're going to get 1 over 25, bracket 1 minus I to the n. On your calculator, you're able to find the ninth root of any number, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to put 0.25 and then you're going to say to the power of 1 over 9. This side to the power of 1 over 9 becomes this, what's left behind, and then that. Okay, so what we do is we get the ninth root of 0.25 becomes 0.857. That becomes 1 minus I. We see here that our I in itself is going to be negative. So that minus that, we're going to get a negative value, and then we're going to have negative I. Then we divide it all by -1, and what we get is I, or you can just say this goes this side, I goes that side. What we get, if you do your calculator work properly, which essentially is 1 minus 0.857 becomes 0.143 times by 100, we get 14.3%, which is perfect to the value of 1 decimal point. And please comment down below, like, share, subscribe. Love you lots. Keep well, and I hope we can just keep acing maths and doing well in life, no matter what life throws us. And I really wish you guys a great and amazing future.